Hello, for my presentation, I would like to talk to you about a behavioral technique which can be applied by teachers in classrooms everywhere. The behavior technique that I'm talking about is called the good behavior game. Before I go into the game, I want to share with you an example of a common classroom problem. Miss Apple is a third grade teacher who has recently had difficulty controlling her classroom during independent reading time. Every day at 11 a.m., the class is supposed to be silently reading their books for about 30 minutes. Oftentimes, the students will whisper to their peers or pass notes to one another. Miss Apple has tried to get them to stop, but nothing is helping. For the purpose of this talk, we will find an appropriate intervention for her to use to solve these problems. The good behavior game is a classroom management strategy used to decrease disruptive behaviors in the classroom. This game uses reinforcement strategies in order to get children to show more positive, appropriate group behaviors as opposed to individual student behaviors. The students are divided up into teams or groups and are given check marks when a disruptive behavior is exhibited. At the end of the game period, the group with the least amount of disruptive behavior marks will win a reward. If both groups are successful at displaying appropriate behaviors and have few disruptive marks for the day, then they both get the rewards. The good behavior game has been empirically supported to work for a variety of ages of children, ranging from first grade classrooms to sixth grade classrooms. This intervention has been focused on behaviors that are disruptive, including talking behaviors and out-of-seat behaviors. There has been more studies done that show that most other behaviors are also effective when using this intervention strategy. We're going to talk about the steps that you can go through when implementing this strategy for teachers. Step 1 of the program is decide when to play the game. The teacher will decide what times of the day would be best to play the game. This time would ideally be when the class is expected to show appropriate behaviors. This time could be during silent reading time or a math time session. An inappropriate time to use this game is during recess or homeroom when the students are allowed to talk amongst themselves. Step 2 of this intervention is define the off-task behaviors that we'll be looking for. Multiple behaviors can be looked at during this step. Choosing about 2 to 3 behaviors is ideal for this study. Examples of inappropriate off-task behaviors are speaking out of turn or leaving the seat. In the case of Miss Apple, her off-task behavior will be talking to one another and sending notes across the classroom. The third step of this program is deciding upon rewards for the winning team. Rewards can be given either daily to the winning team and/or on a weekly basis. Rewards need to be chosen that will motivate the class to participate in the game. Rewards should also fit into the naturally occurring routine of the classroom. By that I mean, at the end of the day, if the students are expected to read amongst themselves, the winning team, for example, could read a book for fun or a comic book. Another reward that would also work in the classroom setting is letting the winning team line up for lunch first or have 5 extra minutes at recess. Once steps 1 through 3 are completed, you can move on to step 4, in which you introduce the good behavior game to the classroom. In order to do this, you need to set aside a time to talk to the class about the game and tell them the game schedule. By telling them the game schedule, you will decide upon if you want to do this game every day or only once a week or multiple times a day. The teacher will also divide the class into 2 or 3 teams. This can be done by dividing the class in sections, so it's easier for the teacher to mark when a certain section is engaging in inappropriate behaviors. Children should be encouraged to name their groups to increase game involvement. Students will be clearly informed on the types of behavior that will earn their team the points. The students should have a good understanding of what behavior is expected during this game. Step 5, the final step, is playing the game. During the game, the teacher will continue teaching as usual. She should consider posting the team scores on a chart visible to the class. So each time a team is rewarded, a point, then the rest of the class can see it. Inform the class of any changes to the rules. If the teacher feels a need to add some more behaviors to the list or take away some, then the class should be informed prior to the game. Bringing it back to the example of Miss Apple, the third grade teacher, she should use the good behavior game in her classroom setting. Every day at 11 a.m., she should play this game during the silent reading time. The behavior she should look for is passing notes between one another and whispering to their peers. Once a reward is found for the students, it should be implemented on a daily basis. At the end of the intervention, their rate of disruptive behaviors should have decreased. This intervention strategy is simple and easy to use. I hope this video helps you make your own good behavior game to use in your classroom setting.